first thing that I'm going to say is that we all need some sort of therapy for what we went through during 2020. And as an artist, I could be any less convinced about this fact. I wanted the last vlog to be different because I wanted you to get something out of it. I will start by reviewing my year very quick and taking out the positive and negative things out of the whole year, and especially how it affected me. I will be telling you what were my 4 goals of this year and if I achieved them, and we'll be finishing the vlog by giving you a set of tips and how to prepare for 2021, and also how to set up your goals for the incoming year. My year started greatly by signing a contract with Helen, my manager, exhibiting at Temple University and finishing my master's. I was preparing for an exhibition at the end of March, but while visiting my parents on a remote island, I got stuck for 6 months due to COVID. I came back and I slowly started grinding back to work with a few commissions and setting up 2 events for the missed exhibition in March. I was supposed to have an exhibition in November and COVID struck again. I had to cancel both events before the actual restrictions in the country were put in place and got to prioritize family time over my work. I had so many interruptions and had to take a lot of breaks because I wasn't feeling well enough for me to get back properly. What was positive was the new approach that I took on my work. Visually I grew differently and I found a new way to impact people and touch people. I also learned what kind of relationship I want to have with social media and how to be patient with my own work. I found a new voice and new ways to express myself, my art, like writing more, especially creating video content, which was a very different approach that I wasn't on in the last few years. What was negative was the consistent, indirect decisions I needed to take because of external factors. Things like canceling my shows, struggling a lot creatively, but mostly struggling getting out of it. I still haven't, but I have a solution that I will share with you in January. But you know what? This year I still managed to achieve my goals. I talked about it in another episode about how I will have one goal that I'm focusing on every 3 months of the year. My 4 goals of 2020 were to have an available merch online, to get at least 3 album single cover art, and get my art abroad, and make a motivational and inspirational video every Monday. I was able to achieve the first goal with my merch. I was happy to see that people could get my work even when I was away. With the distance, with the lockdown and being stuck in an island, I was really happy to make that goal happen because it worked very well in this weird year to have this goal happening in this way. The second goal was to get at least 3 album single cover art. This was achieved once while working on Madblessings' project this summer. When I talk about getting my art abroad, I was hoping my art to reach places out of Europe, and I ended up showing my works also in Sao Tome once, so I was really happy about that. While working on commissions also, my works got in different places outside Italy as well, like Belgium and Berlin, for example. The way I was able to achieve the last goal is very funny. For example, if I have to take in consideration that one of my goals in 2019 it was to make at least 1 chapter of my story, which was the Horn Guy. I ended up having it as my master's thesis and it was great. And I was able to achieve that only 2 months in 2020, even if the goal was set in 2019. It's just to show how even if they weren't 100% achieved, I was able to complete more than I expected. I was hoping to make a video every Monday since at the beginning of the year. I think I did 3 and then I couldn't keep it up because I had also my master coming in. I have a lot of stuff that I needed to work on, and every week was going on and I couldn't, keep it up with the work. But in October I started doing the vlogs and I was pretty much consistent with the vlogs. So I sort of started going back again to this goal, and probably next year I will definitely achieve it. It shows also the power of writing things down, because when you write things down, you end up working for it also indirectly, and it manifests it in a certain way. So how do you set up your goals? Brainstorming is the best way to do that. Writing things that you want to achieve, ideal situations that you want to have in the year, all the ideas that you can come up across. Just write them and then start selecting them. Once you finish writing them, try to make a list of the ones that are least likely to happen to the ones that are more likely to happen. Once you select the ones that are more likely to happen, try to focus on the ones that will truly make you happy if they happened. And select 4. Your goals needs to be SMART, means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. When I say specific, I talk about what would you like to accomplish. When I say measurable, is in time. You should have a date where they will be accomplished. Attainable, it means it needs to be realistic to be successful, and relevant, that takes into account the practical situation you are in. Time-based is short-term objective that will lead you to medium and long-term goals. I already have my 4 goals for next year, and I will share them with you in December at the end of the year. So here are my tips for 2021. The most important thing is to give up on the idea that you should be successful or you should be okay like everyone else. Me myself, I'm still healing from 2020, and I'm not going to start 2021 freshly. So allow yourself some slack. You can't be efficient all the time, but it's more important to have many starts this year. Drop the January 1st fresh start. Try again next week, not next month. Try again next week, the next day if you failed working for your goal. Don't lose a month by saying next month. The pattern doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to start, and you just need to be consistent at trying. The key is to make sure you have the right balance between passion and ambition goals and necessity goals. You should be able to have a goal that you're naturally drawn to, excited for, and some other goals that require your hard work, your willpower in order to achieve them. Help the future you by making decisions today to influence a better you tomorrow. Like preparing your stuff for a workout, or preparing also your breakfast the night before. Make it hard to distract yourself. Make those things that makes you go down harder to get, by taking the Wi-Fi off if you can, by putting away your console for a bit. Just make it hard for you to be distracted or to fall into those patterns that makes you lazy, willing to work on yourself. The same way you're supposed to make it harder for you to get distracted, you should be able to make it easier for you to achieve your goals. Most importantly, move. You don't need to go to the gym 5 times a week, especially now that things are closed. You should be able to at least spend 10 minutes working out, or maybe 30 minutes working out if you cannot do an hour. Shouldn't also be a workout. You try to take a walk, try to be outside if the weather allows you, or if you're able to just take a walk. It's important to have at least some kind of movement during your week. Last advice that I will have is to reach out. Try to make a list of friends that you would like to get reconnected to, people that you don't talk for a while, or maybe your friends. If you're a creative person as well, it's important to try to reach out to other creative. Most of the time other people go through the same things that you're going through, and speaking to them will help you understand how you're not the only one going through these things, and make it easier on yourself. Also might find ways to help people out just by talking. And helping people is something that helps you feeling better. By helping people, you're gonna be helping yourself. Self-therapy starts with the shower, with the hug, or just going to the park. Do as much as you actually can to make your 2020 a better year. Being an artist in 2021 starts with feeling better with yourself. If this video made you feel any good, put a like, subscribe to my YouTube. I hope you're gonna have a wonderful year. I wish you well, and goodbye. Take care. Bye.